Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we are doing a special hot takes video. It's not like connected to the main hot takes part. This is like its own separate thing. This is hot takes for the upcoming 2025 NFL season. Very excited. We're only a few months away from that. It's been a wild off season so far. Great trades, great signings, and obviously a great draft. Yeah, that's essentially today's video. Answering hot takes from my Instagram followers. I put the tab on my story. It's still there. So if you want to add more, you can. And we can do a part two in the near future. There's actually a lot, there was a lot left over. So I gladly will do a part two later on in the season. Maybe right before the season starts. Anyways, though, without further ado, let's get started. By the way, I gotta say thank you guys for supporting the channel. We're up to 39 subscribers right now. At least last time I checked. So it's damn good. You know, we were at 35 for a while. Now we're finally up to. Oh, did I miss the hot take? I swear I had one at 1 minute. No, wait, no, I moved it. I remember when I was and like I'm gonna put this one at 1 minute, but I decided to move it, so we're good. The 49ers will be back on top of the NFC. That's a hot take indeed. Listen, okay, I'm a Seahawks fan, so I'm going to try my best to be unbiased and unhateful towards the 49ers. I don't believe this whatsoever. They're so bad. I'm joking. Realistically, even if they don't get injured, they're not the best team in the NFC at all. They're just not. Look, okay, if you look at their offense, yeah, it's still pretty solid. Is their offense better than the Lions' offense? No. Is their offense better than the Eagles' offense? No. Is their offense better than the Vikings' offense? No. We look at their defense. Yeah, their defense is all right. You know, so it still has some playmakers, but they also lost a lot of them. So really, I don't think it'll happen. It'll be a long shot, but the 49ers, yeah, they can make the playoffs, but they're not going to be on top of the NFC at all. I don't even think they'll make the playoffs, in my opinion, though. It'll be quite crazy because the Rams are honestly better. They just have too much in their way, you know. The Rams are better. The Seahawks are improving. Even to be on top of the NFC, there's just too many good teams. All right, the Giants will be the worst team in the NFC. That's a, I mean, if you look at the Lions, no, not the Lions, the Giants. If you look at the Giants, you look at their offense. Their offense has some spots, you know, has some good spots, right? They got the quarterback is the biggest question as to what they're going to do. Are they going to roll out Jameis Winston? Are they going to go roll out with Jackson Dart? Are they going to roll out with Russell Wilson? I don't know what their intention is by the beginning of the season, but I guess we'll see who just is running that offense by week one. I mean, granted, it could easily change. Someone can get benched. Like I've seen a lot of people making jokes like, "Oh, Jameis Winston's going to start, and then he's going to get benched for Russell Wilson, and then Russell Wilson's going to get benched, and then Jackson Dart will start." I don't really know if that's going to happen, but if you look at the Giants' defense, their defense is starting to get built, especially with the front seven. It's starting to look pretty damn good back there. Now, granted, I don't think it's good enough to really carry them into anywhere further. I'm not sure if they'll really be the worst team in the NFC though, but it's definitely a possibility, especially if the offense slacks off. Okay, the Cardinals will make the playoffs. As another again Seahawks fan, I think the Cardinals are just so mid. Like they're not good. The Cardinals are like the definition of mid, right? Like Kyler Murray, he'll play like sometimes like an MVP caliber quarterback, rarely, and then he'll absolutely fall off, right? Their offense is really minuscule in my opinion. Their defenses are eh. I don't think they're going to do anything this season. I don't want to sound like a biased hater, but I'm being honest. I just don't see the Cardinals really doing anything at all this season. I mean, the worst thing that could happen for them is that they suck and they might move on from Kyler Murray. Because to be honest, if you look at him, like you got to think about it. What has he done for them? One playoff appearance while they got stomped by the Rams, and that's it. I'm just gonna say, that is it. That's all they've done. So you got to really think is he worthy of keeping on the team? I mean, I think they gave him a big contract I think a while ago too. So I'm not sure if that all happened, but I mean, the Cardinals, they're not doing shit, man, in my opinion. They're not doing it. The Bengals will be back in the playoffs. I did a really good job of spacing these out. Hell yeah. Okay. This is not a hot take whatsoever, except for the defensive part. Their defense needs to play better. If their defense sucks, they can maybe listen, they almost got in the playoffs this year. That's what some people forget is that they're almost in the playoffs. It's just because the Broncos won their game, the Broncos made it. So really, it's a possibility that I mean, I'm not going to doubt the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow's a really good quarterback. They have a really good offense. Their defense was bad last year, but if it can even be just average, I think they'll 100% make the playoffs. So this is not really a hot take whatsoever in my opinion. There's it's just I believe the Bengals will be back in the playoffs. We'll just see if it actually happens or not because I mean, the Bengals, they're in a tough division. Not really, actually. The Browns are bad and the Steelers are bad. So, really, it's just them and the Ravens. Okay. Sorry, I'll finish that later. Chiefs will regress and the Broncos will take the division. Back to say, though, the Bengals, they're only, like, I think they can definitely make the playoffs, but the AFC is getting more competitive. Anyways, back to this take. So, Broncos will improve while Chiefs regress. I would love to see a world where the Chiefs do regress. I don't know if it will happen. Honestly, it'd be so nice to just not even see them make the playoffs. I'm not even trying to be a hater, but we could do one season without them in the playoffs, right? I think it'd be kind of nice. Overall, this is, I mean, listen, the Broncos are getting good. I believe in this team. I'm not even a Broncos fan. I think Bo Nix is pretty damn good. Their offense has some talent. It has some pretty good talent, and then the defense is stellar. So this is not impossible. It'll be hard though. All right, the Dallas Cowboys will return to the playoffs, but I want to finish the Broncos take. It'll generally depend on if the Chiefs actually regress or the Broncos improve so much that they're better than the Chiefs. But anyways, the Dallas Cowboys will be back in the playoffs. Listen, I'm not like an instant Cowboys hater, all right, but the Cowboys aren't that. I mean, listen, you look at them as a team standpoint, they do have some of the best players on their team. They have CeeDee Lamb, they have Micah Parsons, they have a really good team in some spots. I'm not going to go like Dak Prescott's the reason why they suck because I don't believe that either. It's mostly, I think it's incompetent coaching, I think, is a huge problem for them. I think Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy are really incompetent and they're just not running this team properly. I just don't think, I think their drafting has, like, not saying their drafting has been bad or their free agent signing has been bad, but like, it hasn't been really that great for them. So I'm just going to be honest. I think, yeah, the Cowboys can probably make the playoffs maybe if they're all healthy, but it probably won't be more than that. More than I don't think they'll really get past the divisional because obviously they'll probably run into a team that's better than them. Like the Eagles, the Lions, Vikings, Packers, many teams. So it's I don't think the Cowboys can make the playoffs. I mean, they probably could. If anything, they'll make it as like the seventh seed, sixth seed, something like that. The Jets will prove themselves. The Jets. I want to finish the Cowboys take. The Cowboys, I mean, they could win the division, but I don't think they could. I mean, listen, I know the division has a different winner every year, but I don't think it'll be the Cowboys winning it. Anyway, so the Jets will. What did it say? There, sorry. Okay, the Jets will prove themselves. Now, listen, the Jets have a really good team, at least talent-wise. They have extremely good talent. They have talent on offense and they have talent on defense. And I genuinely feel bad for every single player because they've been wasting their career with the fucking Jets. I generally go like, oh man, I feel bad for like Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner and Brees Hall. They've been wasting the beginning youth of their career with this dog shit team. Now they have Justin Fields. They've made some improvements. Will they improve like this person is saying in this hot take and prove everyone wrong? Listen, again, the AFC is just getting more competitive, right? It's getting tighter in there. And they're also already in a tough division against the Bills. It's going to be hard for the Jets to really do anything. If anything, the Jets probably could make a wild card appearance, I think. They can make it in the playoffs. It'll just be a tough road. The Saints will surprise people and win their division. I don't really believe that. Listen, I don't want to sound like a Saints hater. The Saints are like the most boring team in the NFL right now, I think, to be honest. They just don't have anything to offer on that team. I really just don't see them doing anything. Their needs at quarterback weren't really answered. They drafted somebody, but I'm not sure if he's like really a starting caliber quarterback. But again, I don't know anything about him, so maybe he proved me wrong. But even if I'm wrong and this guy's good, I don't think that the Saints are going to win the division. I don't think that they're going to even make the playoffs. The NFC's just way too, it's too tight. There's too many good teams in the NFC, and I don't see the Saints even sniffing the playoffs, to be honest. If there's a scenario they could, there's a seventh seed at most, and then stomped in the wild card. But really, I don't see that happening either. Maybe I'm just a hater, but I don't really see the Saints doing anything, to be honest. That's just me, though. Yeah, so I don't really see the Saints doing anything. The Bears will make the playoffs. As a Packers fan once said, the Bears still suck. Now, listen, the Bears, offensive talent-wise, they're like one of the most offensively talented team in the entire league. Now, not entirely, obviously, but like the amount of weapons is what I'm trying to say. I'm not really trying to say like they're better than every other team, but like the amount of weapons Caleb Williams has to succeed is insane. Okay, he has 3 good receivers, right? They drafted someone, right? They drafted Luther Burden, right? They drafted him. They drafted a tight end. They have a really good offense to help Caleb Williams, and they have a pretty solid defense. So it's up to Caleb Williams to prove himself, and also up to the offensive line to protect him. Can the Bears make the playoffs? I don't know. It's a tough NFC North, okay? If the Bears are good, because the Bears were not good this year, right? Last year, they were not good. If they are good this year, right? And we think about it, it's just tough for them in their own division. You have the Lions, who are currently on top of the NFC North, which, in my opinion, I don't think it'll change. I think they'll still be on top of the NFC North. They have the Packers and the Vikings, 2 other good teams. I mean, it's just a tough road for the Bears. I'm not really sure. They have to really compete and do better than all those teams to get into the playoffs, to be honest. The Lions will win the Super Bowl against the Bills. That's not. I mean, listen. This would be a fun matchup. To be honest, I think it would be a very fun matchup. Can the Lions get past? Listen, they got stomped by the Commanders, and then the Commanders got stomped by the Eagles. And if the Eagles played against the Lions, and with how the Lions played against the Commanders, I think the Lions would have got murdered by the Eagles. So, really, it's going to be tough. But the Lions definitely can make the playoffs, and the Bills certainly can too. It's just the Chiefs are in the way. So we'll have to see if that truly happens or not, I totally believe it can happen. The Bills can make the playoffs if they can get past the Chiefs. I'm not really going to say anything about the Ravens because the Ravens can't beat the Bills. So the Bills, all they have to do is beat the Chiefs and beat any other team in their way, and it'll be just fine for them. So yeah, Bills can totally make the playoffs. Not playoffs, Super Bowl. And it just depends on if they can get past the Chiefs. And then when it comes to the Lions, it's a tough NFC, but I think they can totally pull it off. Overall, though, I think there's a lot of possibilities for who is in the Super Bowl. The Jaguars will be good enough to slip in the playoffs as the 7th seed. I believe this is the last hot take, so that's going to cut it for today's video, but I'll finish this, obviously, hot take. So, I don't know. Trevor Lawrence has been an quarterback at times. He definitely has shown a lot of talent. Will they make the playoffs is another question, because I think they definitely won't win the division. All right, the Texans are on top of the division, right? They won't win it for sure. They will, again, obviously, as this person said, they'll be a 7th seed. So I mean, that's the most I see them doing. But I don't even think that will happen. The NFC is just way too competitive, and there's too many teams that could easily take that 7th seed slot from the Jaguars. I just don't think the Jaguars have enough talent to really do that. So, I don't really agree with this take, but overall, it's definitely possible. Very slim chance, but Anyways, that is going to cut it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Go ahead and drop your own hot takes in the comments, and I'll gladly feature it in part 2. That will probably drop later on. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll have another video. I have that storytime video I need to tell. Figuring out when I want to do it. That'll be coming out soon. I'm not sure how soon, but I could say that's probably the next video. So again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and have a great rest of your day.